my name is Emily Tuscher, and this is my instructional design unit on measures of center and variation. So I have just some background information on the math standards, why are mean, median, and mode so important. These are important measures to show growth and change in data. They also show the trends represented by the data. And this is very important for students because it teaches them how to analyze a data set, and they can begin to understand which measure of central tendency tells them what type of information about data. They can begin to think critically about analyzing data. The purpose or goal of this unit is to provide students with the information on how to compute the mean, median, mode, and range of a data set. I have a very diverse homeroom where I have conducted this unit. I have 27 learners in the class. 18 were present on the pre-test day and 16 on the post-test day. 3 students were absent the entire unit. Attendance is not a standard that my school is currently meeting, and this unit was done at the end of the school year when attendance was particularly bad. 98% of the students are on free and reduced lunch in my class. 1 student is on a 504 plan. 3 students have attempted to commit suicide this year and are under action plans. 1 student is ESL, yet he hates to be placed in this category, and based on his work that he presents and his language skills, he's very close to graduating from the ESL program. 2 students are gifted and talented in math. 4 students are applying for the Junior National Honor Society this year, and 3 students have recently transferred within the last month into this class. The context of the lesson: the students will be provided a classroom lecture and notes in their interactive math notebooks, which they've been working on all year. Students will have time to design and modify on their own and brainstorm with their partners. Groups will experiment on their own with the teacher as the moderator. Students will then use the data they collect to determine the measures of central tendency. We will come back to the whole class to determine the class measures. The technology that I used for this lesson include the gizmos, explorelearning.com, where students were able to explore on their own how mean, median, and mode works. I used the smartboard on a daily basis to present our warm-ups and to show the spreadsheet where students collected the data and presented everything for the measures of center. And then the Elmo was used anytime we had to present any student documents to the class. And I created a video on some of the changes that I would make for this lesson. The idea process was so in-depth and made me really think about everything that I was doing, and so I didn't really have a lot of changes to make as I was implementing the lesson. My students' assessment showed that every single student made growth during the activities. I only had 2 students who at the end of the lesson who still need some intervention. All of the other students managed to get, if not 100%, very close to 100% of the information learned. The experts who evaluated my lesson had very little to comment on also. Both of them suggested that I incorporate some different paper airplanes into the project, maybe instead of going for distance ones that looped or big and bagged. I think that adding those types of airplanes is a good idea, but it changes the purpose of the data collection. And I think that it's a different project to do and could be done separately from the one that I'm implementing. But I think that if when I do this again, I'm going to keep it just one type of airplane that the students can modify as they wish. My changes that I did do were very minor during the lesson. It was just basically reading the students and kind of saying, oh, we need to have a discussion right now. I'm not going to wait till the end of class. I'm going to hold a discussion now so we can kind of make sure that they're learning what I want them to be learning. One major change that I would put into my lesson next time is that I am going to eliminate the discussion on which measure of center is the most important for this data set. It doesn't really fit in with our data set. This lesson was really good about teaching mean, median, mode, and range and having the students understand everything. I did find a YouTube video which I would start my next lesson with. So I would do this one, and then starting my next activity, I would start with this YouTube video where students can now evaluate what they have learned. Okay, and I do have the YouTube video here. I'm going to play a little part of it, but it's about 3.5 minutes long, so I'm not going to play the whole video. As you can see, the video is very quirky, and I think the students could get into it. It actually presents the data very well, and I provided a link to my Prezi as well, so if you want to watch the whole video, it is on the Prezi. So I hope you enjoyed my unit on instructional design, or my unit on measures of central tendencies.